Can you beat Pokemon Yellow using only starters? So, for this challenge, the rules are simple. We're only allowed to use the starters, that being Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander. We are allowed to evolve the Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander, but not the Pikachu because the game won't let you, and also it's just kind of appropriate. In addition, the rules that we are using is no items in or out of battle. This is going to be much more of an issue when it gets to the Elite Four, but for most of the game, it's just going to be a lot of trips back and forth to the Pokemon Center. But yeah. Oh, we're also not allowed to run away from wild encounters, and we have to fight every single trainer. So that said, let's start up the game. We're going to name ourselves TW Mitch because that's just how I do things. I stream this on twitch.com. Check that out in the description below. And we named our rival after someone who had after someone who I'd had some support with in the past. So we named him Seth, and fellow collaborator. We go say hi to our mom, and then we see Professor Oak, who goes ahead and catches that Pikachu. Then we head to the lab, and we get our Pikachu after Seth is kind of a jerk and takes the Eevee that we were supposed to get. We then name our Pikachu Neen because I had somebody follow named Neen recently, and no one was watching me at the moment, so I didn't have anybody do it. Somebody jumped in chat immediately after, but not when I was actually naming them, so yeah. Anyways, we lose our rival battle. We actually were trying to win, but that's going to make the game easier going forward. And then we head on up to the next route in order to get Oak, in order to just head out and get Oak's parcel. Although in game we don't actually know that that's what we're doing, but we heal up at the Pokemon Center, and then we forget about Oak's parcel, but remember, and then head back. And then once we get that, we head over to the lab, give Oak his parcel in order to get Pokeballs, which we are not going to be using at all because, as I said, we're only using starters, so we will not be getting any Pokeballs. We won't be using any Pokeballs. And this also does apply for HMs as well. So all HMs have to be taught to our 4 Pokemon. So yeah. But then we go fight our rival, or actually we head towards the rival battle and grind up a little before finally deciding to actually fight the rival, who, doesn't have too much going on. He's got his Spearow, we Thundershock it, it goes down fairly easy. Neen's doing pretty well, it's our only Pokemon and will be for a while. This run's actually going to be pretty hard for the first little bit. So we take down this Eevee. Gives us a little bit of trouble, but not too much. We make it to level 9, and we defeat our rival Seth. After defeating our rival, he gives us a little smack talk and runs around. Then we go and head through the forest in order to, get more Pokemon. And after running through the forest for a bit, we then grind and fight all the trainers there, getting our Pikachu up quite a few levels. As you can see, he's already level 12. It's not too bad. Keeps going up and up and up, taking out more and more Pokemon as we go through this forest. And it's, not too terribly difficult, but we do need to do a lot of grinding to get through this. The trick is we're going to need to get to level 15 because we have to beat Brock with only our Pikachu. And that's not going to be easy. But now that we hit that, we get rid of our move and we are able to beat Brock. Because now that we have that, we beat his little buddy there, beat that little Diglett, whatever. And basically we're going to be using some cheese strats because that's the only way that we're going to be able to beat Brock without having to do a ton more grinding. The reason why we're able to do this is because, we have Double Team. Double Team is going to be one of the keys to actually pull this off. That's why we grinded all the way to level 15. Now, after beating Brock's little trainer buddy, we heal back up because we are going to need to be at full health because this is not an easy strat to pull off. It's really heavy RNG based, but we give it a shot and we go in and we take down the Geodude. Now to start off, we come and hit him with some Double Team, and then we'll be hitting him with Tail Whip after. But first, we gotta get our 6 double teams up in order to get our evasiveness to max. So far, it's been working pretty good. We've been getting it up a little bit. So far, Geodude hasn't hit us. This is pretty solid. Chatting with chat a little as I do. This is just sped up footage. I didn't want to actually cut any footage, so I didn't. It's the entire run just sped up like crazy. But Geodude almost takes us out, but we're able to beat him without too much trouble. And then we are able to take down Onix. Now the trick is, what we did with Onix is we tail whip when he's biting and quick attack the rest of the time, because quick attack's our only way to actually do damage. And as you can see, we're at 6 health. The entire fight with the Onix, he could one-shot us anytime. If he hits, we're dead. But he doesn't hit with anything except for something to lower our defense in the end. And we managed to beat Brock with a level 15 Pikachu. First try. I got a nice clip of that on Twitch. And now we're level 16. We take Brock down. And yeah, that was a pretty epic time, beating Brock with the level 16 Pikachu. I mean, what can I say? But yeah, after taking down Brock with the level 16 Pikachu, we then heal up and head over to Rock Tunnel. I'm thinking at this point that, hey, the run is basically won. We did the hard part. And I mean, kind of, but we'll see that it gets harder. Now, this next section's not too bad. A lot of trips back and forth to the Pokemon Center because we do only have one Pokemon, and Pikachu's really not that good of a Pokemon, but it's not too much of a problem. So, it takes us a few tries, but we eventually get to Rock Tunnel, where we realize, oh crap, this is about as hard as Brock. Because, well, our rule about not running from wild Pokemon is a problem. There are a lot of Geodude here, and as well as a few Onix. And we have to use those same strats as before, because, well, these things are freaking strong, and we end up getting knocked out a few times. It's a real issue trying to get past these Geodude, as well as we have to beat all the Team Rocket and the random trainers. It takes a while. As you can see, we're already level 22, 23, and yeah, things go very, very fast. And eventually we make it towards the end, and we fight that classic scientist at the end, get past his Grimer and Voltorb and Coughing, and of course we grab Lord Helix, and before running into Team Rocket, Jesse, James, and Meowth, beating them up, all of them, with our Pikachu, and Team Rocket blasts off again, after which we then make it to Cerulean City, and where things are about to start getting easier, but not quite. First thing we're going to do is we are going to head over and, well, try and get this Bulbasaur, and we do get a Bulbasaur. So yeah, finally we get ourselves a Bulbasaur, which starts to make things a little easier, although he is pretty low level. We name him Neil after one of our people in chat, and then after that we head up to the Rocket Bridge. It's only level 10. I thought it was level 5, but yeah, level 10. And we decide to first train up a little bit to make him not so weak, and do a little switch training. Try and get him up a couple levels. I think I give up on this pretty quick, but yeah, we switch train him a little, and then I decide, yeah, that was boring. Let's just do the rival fight. And we switch train in and take down him, and then we switch train and take down pretty much all of them using switch training, which is not too much of an issue. Neen takes a bit of damage there, but in the end it's not too bad. We have Neil actually seed the Eevee so that we can have a better shot against him, using Leech Seed to slowly sap Eevee's health and get some back, after which we heal back up, and then we start taking down the Rocket Bridge. It's slowly taking it down, doing some switch training to get some health, constantly healing back up because we are switch training, which is causing us to take a lot more damage. It's making it a little harder, but it'll pay off. And now that we've got through Nugget Bridge, hey, we get a Charmander! Wow! we get Charmander and we decide to name it Aaron and then move on. After naming it Aaron, we continue over to our boy Bill's house after talking with chat for a little bit. But yeah, we name our Charmander Aaron after a regular Twitch chatter. Then we fight this random trainer over here and take him down a little bit and heal up because hey, we got a lot of stuff we got to do. Doing a little bit of grinding. We evolve Bulbasaur into Ivysaur, and then we start switch training our Charmander while training the Ivysaur. And, we're just trying to do a little training as we make our way over to Bill's house. Lots of back and forth to the Pokemon Center at this point because we're, training up 2 new Pokemon. Kind of takes a lot of stuff, and we're not allowed to use items to heal, so lots and lots of trips back and forth to the Pokemon Center. It is what it is. Then eventually our Ivysaur gets strong enough to fight on its own, so we don't have to switch train it. But we're still switch training our Charmander, trying to get its level up until, whoa, Charmander evolves. Look at that. Aaron is evolving. And Aaron evolves into Charmeleon. What a happy day. Right before getting to Bill's house, too, where we see Bill turned into a Pokemon, and our Pikachu, very confused by this, goes into a gene splicer, and we turn him back to a person, and he's so happy that he gives us a ticket for the SSN. What a nice guy. Then we grab our Pikachu and head back to Cerulean City, where we once again heal up. And then we battle against Misty and her underlings, taking out the underlings fairly easily without too much difficulty. Who would have guessed that having an over-leveled Pikachu as well as a highly leveled Ivysaur could actually come in handy at the water gym? Who would have guessed? And that's where we ended our first stream, but we pick up back the next stream, as you see me wearing a different shirt, where we finally decide to take on Misty and her Pokemon. And well, we'll see how it goes. We have Misty with her Staryu and us with our Charmeleon. He's, doing not very good. We switch him out immediately. We're just getting some switch training. Neil comes in, taking him out, not too much of an issue. And then we switch back into Charmeleon in order to get that switch training in before blasting with our Ivysaur to take out Starmie, which proves to be a pretty good strat. We're not even remotely hurt, and we didn't even use our Pikachu, so that went pretty dang well. Pretty easy fight. And, most of the game is pretty easy from here, to be honest. There's nothing too crazy. We grab Dig, and then after grabbing Dig, we then make our way to we then make our way to the Lightning City that I cannot remember the name of for some reason. And after which we heal up. We try to get Squirtle, but they're not giving it to us yet. So we say, okay, that's good enough. And then we decide to first talk to this old guy who gives us a bike voucher after talking to him. And then we make our way all the way back up to Cerulean City, and we get ourselves a bike. And now we are rolling. Heck yeah, look at us move so fast on that bike. And we end up battling a couple of Pokemon on the way, heal up, and then we drop onto the SSN for our fight to try and get cut. We battle trainer after trainer, healing up constantly, just kind of zipping through that, gaining levels as we do until we get to our rival fight, and we have to fight our rival again. And this time we're a bit stronger. We are starting off with our Pikachu, taking out some Mons, then we move into Sandshrew, easy peasy, nothing that's a problem. Neil deals with it without an issue. Aaron taking out the Eevee, boom, we just kicked his butt. Then we give the old man a back rub, and well, we don't have room for cut, so we then make some room, go give him another back rub, and get cut this time, because apparently you have to give him a second back rub if that happens. Who would have guessed? Then we teach Neil cut, because we do have to put it on one of our Pokemon, and he is now permanently going to be stuck with that move. So that's a bit of an issue, but that's just something we're going to have to work with going forward. We get on our bike. Still won't give us Squirtle, but no big deal. We gotta wait till after we beat Surge. Kind of figured that we deposit some crap because, hey, we gotta make space because guess what? The inventory system in Gen 1 is not fun. It's very good that they decided to give us some quality of life. But, this early game, not so much. But we take out Surge's underlings without too much difficulty, bringing them down slowly but surely. Not too much issue at all, really. Neil having a little bit of an advantage, but doing what he needs to do. Erin, the Charmeleon, really pulling her weight and kicking some butt on all these Voltorbs, taking out trainer after trainer after trainer. So we switch into our Pikachu, who's just gonna quick attack his way through a couple of Pokemon. Let Charmeleon try his luck at some stuff, but it is what it is. Quick attack working well on Magnemite because it is not Steel type in Gen 1 because Steel type does not exist yet. Yay! Normal type moves work just fine. And now we try for the puzzle, woo! And we struggle a little bit because this puzzle kind of sucks. It's kind of a real pain. And we finally get it. And then we save our game up, just cuz, and then we fight the Lightning American, Lieutenant Surge. And he brings his Raichu, we bring our Charmeleon, he growls, we Ember, and then we switch out. Ooh, and almost die to a Mega Punch. And that was maybe not the best strategy. And apparently we're gonna rage. This Raichu's proving to be a little bit of a problem, but we got him burned, so that's kind of good. And he does some real damage to our Charmeleon, but we do manage to bring down his Raichu, getting the TM for Thunderbolt, which we do immediately use on our Pikachu because, well, it's a pretty dang good move. And I don't think he has it, or maybe we didn't use it immediately. We might have saved it. I don't remember what we did. But yeah, then after that we hop on our bicycle, use Cut because we have to manually use Cut. You can't just click on the tree in Gen 1. And now finally, now that we got our Thunder Badge, we can get Squirtle. Yeah, our team is finally complete now that we got our Squirtle. So we grab our boy Squirtle and we name her Kelly after one of our regular Twitch viewers. And we name her Kelly and head on out with our complete team. We heal ourselves up and then we, make our way through the next part of the game, taking out the people just to the east of town. A bunch of trainers that we really have no business fighting at this moment. There's no reason to take these guys down yet, but we do anyways just to clear them out, and we also use it to switch train Kelly to turn her into a nice War Turtle, which is pretty nice. We beat up all the trainers here, which, takes a little bit of damage in doing. Heal up, no big deal, and then we make our way through Diglett Tunnel, which proves to be not too difficult really, although we do have to heal up once. But after making it through, we then arrive in the next area where we honestly probably didn't need to go this way. Honestly, this part of the game is kind of weird. We would be getting HM05, but we actually are never going to be able to get that. Well, we could get it, because you need 10. And technically, you can get 10 in the Pokedex with this, once you have all 3 of our starters fully evolved, and Pikachu, that's 10 in total, 3 from each of the 3 starters. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 for Pikachu makes 10. But by the time it actually becomes useful, it's going to be too late, and we'd have to put a slot on that. So we're just going to have to go through Dark Tunnel blind. So that's going to be fun. I definitely pulled up a map for that one. But yeah, we eventually make it back to Cerulean City. Honestly, there was no point in going through Diglett Tunnel, but the early game is weird and confusing. But we eventually make it to the Dark Cave, and it's dark, and we have to navigate using maps, and this proves to be a lot easier than Rock Tunnel because, hey, we have a water and a grass type, which are super effective against the Geodudes here. Actually, 4 times super effective. So, wow, this goes way easier than trying to do it with just a Pikachu that his good moves are immune, just don't work, and his, not so good moves don't work. But then we head over and finally make it to the nice ghosty town of Lavender, and, we take down our rival, who honestly isn't too much of a difficulty. Take him down no problem before getting the heck out of there because, there's no real point in going there. So we leave and then make our way over to Cerulean City, or Celadon, there we go. And once we get to Celadon, we immediately challenge Team Rocket to a fight. Where, we beat up their hideout with too much difficulty, take down Jesse and James in Team Rocket, not too much of a problem, they're pretty weak. And then after taking out Jesse and James and making them blast off again, Neil evolves into Venusaur. Awesome. And then after that, we then take on Giovanni, the leader of Team Rocket. And we take down his Onix without any difficulty, and his Rhydon. Persian's a little bit more of a problem, but we take it out without too much of an issue. And then after which, we heal up and then head over to the Grass Gym, which proves not to be a huge issue because Charmeleon, who would have thought that having a fire type would be good against grass. So yeah, we beat up the grass girls. We have to heal up a couple of times, but it's not too much of an issue because Charmeleon exists. And we're able to beat Erica, not even fully healed, didn't even bother to heal before the gym leader. We just kind of risked it, which was a little bit of a gamble because we did lose Charmeleon, but we managed to pull through, beating her up and then healing up. After healing up, we then buy some various waters at the department store to give to a little girl, as well as one for later. We then head over to the fighting dojo, where we end up fighting the first guy and finding out, wow, these guys are way harder than I would have guessed. We got in using the water to give to a guard, and we beat him up, but we lose a lot of our Mons in the process, which is a little scary. I mean, yeah, so we're like, let's get the heck out of there and go heal up and work on something else. So we head back to Lavender Tower, or the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town, and beat up a bunch of ghosts and ghost-type trainers, making our way all the way through without really having to go back to heal too much. And then we run into Team Rocket once we get through there. It's Jesse and James again. And after taking out their team yet again, Meowth going down without any issue whatsoever, and then switching into Pikachu to deal with Arbok, who paralyzes us, but we take him down without any real issue. Then we take out Weezing with a nice couple Thunderbolts, and Team Rocket blasts off again! Then we have to fight a few more Ghosty Boys as we make our way through the tower and talk to Mr. Fuji. And he tells us all about Cubone's mom, and then after which he was going to give us the Poke Flute, but we didn't have bag space, but we managed to make it work. Anyways, we then use the Poke Flute to wake up Snorlax, and then make our way, then we, battle the Snorlax. And he turns out to be a bit of a challenge, level 30. It'd be nice to catch him, but unfortunately we have to just knock him out because we're not allowed to use Snorlax. We're only allowed to use starters, but he's still a problem. This guy is a real pain. We're trying to knock him out. We're losing Mon after Mon after Mon, but we eventually managed to take him down and then start making our way over to, Fuchsia City, I believe, in order to get to where Koga is. And Aaron finally evolves into Charizard. Happy days. And we make our way through the long route all the way over to, I believe it's Fuchsia, although I could be wrong. We end up getting knocked out along the way, but we were pretty close. We were somewhat close. but it's a real slog. Like, it's ridiculously a long way. So many trainers. It is just such a stupidly long route. And we eventually make our way through, battling trainer after trainer after trainer, getting knocked out a second time. But we eventually make it through, and then, well, we battle another Snorlax. And this time he's a little bit easier because our Mons are all evolved and higher level, so he's less of a challenge, but still a bit of a problem. But we take him out without too much difficulty, and then make our way down Cycling Road, battling all the bikers along the way. And, well, it's quite the slog to get down the Cycling Road, but it is what it is, and way less of a challenge than the other way. After which we go through the Safari Zone in order to get a couple of things. We got to get some teeth as well as a TM, both of which to get 2 TMs for both Strength and Surf. After a couple of trips to the Safari Zone, we managed to get both items. We get our gold teeth for the Warden, and then we get through here and get HML3 for Surf, and sweet, we got everything we need. We teach Surf to Kelly because, of course, it's going to be Kelly. She's the only one who can learn it, and it's a way better move than her current Water-type move, a Bubble, or was it Bubble Beam? Either way, that move is terrible. So we then head back to the Warden, give him his teeth, and he's like, wow, people can actually understand me, and he gives us the TM for Strength, which we then also teach to Kelly. Getting rid of Bite, it's just a stronger move. Strength's actually kind of decent. Not the worst TM, and Surf's actually good. So we do grab those. We then make our way over to Koga, take him out without too much problem, beating up all of his minions along the way. And before just taking out Pokemon of Koga's after Pokemon of Koga's, you know, he's not that hard of a guy. We beat him without too much difficulty before healing up, and then we surf on. Well, first, we decide now's a good time to finish off this stupid JoJo and just show these guys what's up. You know, we gotta take them down, right? And, you know, it's not too much of a problem. Last time we struggled, but now we're just kicking butt. Before heading off to Sabrina, who is quite difficult. But before we can fight Sabrina, we do have to take over the Rocket Tower, which is really not too much of an issue. They've taken over Silphco. We got to take him down, no big deal. But we have to fight a rival along the way before having to fight Jesse and James again. You know how it is. Those two are always challenging us. This time, no different, and they blast off again. And then after that, we do some healing up before fighting Giovanni, the big bad guy of Team Rocket once again. And this time, he gives us the Master Ball, which again is not something we're ever going to use. Well, we can't use in the official run, but he does give us a Master Ball. And then we head on and beat all of Sabrina's trainers before taking down Sabrina herself. Sabrina being a very difficult trainer. And she does prove to be difficult for sure. And we luckily managed to beat her, although it was a rough fight. You know, with Sabrina. Then we decide to surf on over to surf on over to Cinnabar Island and take out the tower there because, well, you got to take out the lab, which I struggled with that lab for a while. I'm not gonna lie, it is one heck of a maze. I could not figure it out. I even pulled up the map and was still struggling to figure it out. I ended up having somebody help walk me through it because they happened to show up in chat. So yeah, but after that we then took down Blaine and his Ninetales. You know, no big deal, not too bad. Ninetales, Arcanine, Rapidash, you know, all the classic Gen 1 fire types, other than Charizard, I guess, but you know, we got him on the team, so that counts. I guess Moltres, but we don't need Moltres. But anyways, we then make our way all the way back to Pallet Town before taking down the gym in Viridian City. And who could happen to be the gym? Oh my goodness, it's Giovanni! Who would have guessed that Giovanni, the leader of Team Rocket, would be our final gym leader? But we take him out again, just like we did in the past, although his Pokemon are even stronger now. And after which, he gives us our final badge and vows to stop doing crime, because that makes sense. After which, we run into our rival on the way to the Elite Four, and we take him down for the final time, sort of. And he's not too terribly difficult, although that Kadabra did give us a little bit of an issue, but he's not too bad. We take him down and make our way through Victory Road and the numerous puzzles and trainers and various challenges of different kinds along the way before we finally make it to the Elite Four. And our first attempt, we get past Lorelei without a problem. We make it to Bruno, and he isn't too much of an issue, but Agatha is tough. She's really tough. She runs us through the ringer with those Gengar and Arbok in. She ends up beating us. So we have to go and throw ourselves at the Elite Four yet again, this time making it through Lorelei, again making it through Bruno without too much issue. This is like the hardest part of the run, in all honesty, because, well, we have to do this without healing between members of the Elite Four. So this is the real challenge. But we made it to Lance on, I think it was turn 3, which not too terrible, not too bad at all, but we lost. And then we made it to Agatha, but this is really rough because we need to preserve like all our mons for Lance, because if we don't, we're going to lose to Lance. Basically, our strategy is just keep throwing ourselves at them, gaining levels every time we do, until eventually we get good RNG and are also strong enough that we can beat them. That's the plan. It's really simple and a real pain in the butt to do. But this time we're doing okay. Managed to take down Agatha without too much issue. We get to Lance, and well, we didn't have Pikachu. We really need to maintain Pikachu for Lance because although Pikachu's not that great, Ninar Pikachu is our only real way of dealing with Gyarados. And we don't really need Pikachu for Agatha or for Bruno, but we do need him for Lorelei. So that's kind of a problem. So this time we didn't have Pikachu either, which again is an issue. We really need to have Pikachu to deal with Lance, but we're struggling to maintain him through Lorelei, which is a problem. And the reason why we need him for Lance is we need to lead in order to take out Gyarados, because Gyarados is 4 times weak to electric. So that's a little bit of a problem. But this time we managed to maintain our Pikachu all the way through Agatha, which is pretty good. So that's good. We have Pikachu with almost no health, but he's able to take out that Gyarados, which is good. And we're do pretty good against Bruno, or against Lance, but we end up losing, have to try again. It's a lot of back and forth, to be honest. I had to fight the Elite Four a lot of times, and I'm showing all of it. I actually didn't cut anything in this. Everything is just sped up like crazy. So parts of it may seem cut because resolution, and some parts it's like 10,000 times speed. But yeah, that's basically the run. We're taking out member after member, time after time. I think it took me at least a dozen times to get through this. It was absolutely insane. But eventually, we do manage to, well, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, we managed to get to Lance this time. And holy crap, his Dragonite is not looking good. We beat Lance, sweet, but we have to fight our rival. And we only have Kelly for that, so we lose. Which is unfortunate, because we're going to need more than just Kelly the Blastoise to beat our rival. And it's really hard to maintain everything all the way through the entire Elite Four. It's a real challenge. But we make it to Lance again, and with our Pikachu, which is pretty good, managing to maintain Pikachu through there, but we end up losing to Lance. You know, it is what it is. It's difficult. We then make it back to Agatha, have to fight Lance again, this time without Pikachu. Again, this is like I thought Brock was hard. This is so much harder than Brock, just having to fight this over and over and over again, getting our levels up steadily, but good lord was this hard. I was at this forever and ever and ever, just blasting my way. This time I make it through Lance without too much difficulty, but we still lose to Lance. Unfortunately, still have only seen our rival once, which is rough, but you know, we still got a few levels before level 100, so there's still very much hope that we can pull this off. And yeah, we got a lot of levels. Some of these guys are only like level 50, some of them are level 70. We make it to our rival again, but lose, unfortunately. It's a rough one, but this time we make it through Lorelei without too much issue. Pikachu's a little hurt, but we make it through Bruno. And Bruno is not too hard so far. We take a little bit of damage, but not too much. We make it to Agatha, and we do pretty good against Agatha, to be honest. We take like very little damage. Took a little from Gengar there, but not too much. We're going into Lance with a pretty solid team. We come in with Pikachu, and we take out Gyarados pretty easily. Then we take out the first Dragonair, the second Dragonair. We take out Aerodactyl, and then finally we make it to Dragonite with our Charizard, and we just get caught up in a nice little war, and we take him down. And we still have a few Pokemon left, and we manage to take down a member of the rival Pokemon after rival Pokemon, and it's looking good. Rival does not have much left, and we are still looking pretty strong, and we beat the rival. Heck yeah! So can you beat Pokémon Yellow with only starters? Absolutely you can, even without using a single item throughout the entire game other than required ones. Like I used the bicycle, and I also used a couple of HMs, but aside from that, and I think I used a couple TMs as well, but aside from TMs and HMs, I didn't use a single item. We beat the game with just our Pokemon, just the starters, nothing else. And yeah, you can do that. But after this, I was wanting to have a little bit of fun. I believe this was my birthday stream where I happened to manage to beat this. I was doing a 24-hour subathon for my birthday over on Twitch, which was pretty fun. But after beating the game, I decided, you know what? Let's go for Mewtwo. I mean, why not? I mean, he's a pretty cool guy. So we work our way over, leveling up a little as we go. Throw a Master Ball at it, because, yeah, the challenge is already over. We name him after Alex, because there was a guy in Alex in chat who suggested I do it, so I figured I would. And then we try the Elite Four again, this time with Mewtwo added to the team. And, well, turns out it's a lot easier. We get through Lorelei without an issue. We get through Bruno without an issue. We haven't even used Mewtwo yet. Take him out, no problem. Now we send in Mewtwo against Agatha, and holy crap. Yep, that was easy. And then we decide to use similar strats against Lance, but also have our Mewtwo, and yeah, way easier. Mewtwo even gets frozen, but which is absolutely detrimental because there's no way to free yourself. But Lance is stupid and frees me with a fire type move. We beat him without too much of a problem, make our way to the rival, and well, he's really no match. We switch over to Pikachu to deal with Vaporeon because, you know, starter versus starter, and yeah, we take him down. A lot easier when you are using a Mewtwo. But yeah, can you beat the game? Easily. And it's even easier if you add a Mewtwo at the end. But yeah, thank you for watching the video. I mostly make Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 content, but I make a couple of Pokemon stuff from time to time, and I stream a lot of Pokemon on Twitch, so check me out over there on Twitch, link in the description below, but my name's just Mitch Burns 1 over there, so check me out. Maybe like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you would like to do so. But yeah, that is my challenge run, one of the hardest ones I've ever done. Actually, to date, as of recording, the hardest one. But anyways, as always, I'm Mitch. I'll be seeing ya.